Welcome back, everyone. Toy Shiz here, and I am back yet again to give you guys another retro shiz look back at the past. And today, it's not a bunch of action figures. Well, technically, I guess you could say it's action figures, but we're looking at some 1993 Batman, the animated series, Happy Meal toys. These were awesome back in the day. I loved collecting these. These are all my old ones. They looked fantastic. I remember all the different commercials and going into McDonald's and seeing the setup that you can see here. And if you notice right here, it says coming December 1993, which did open up on Christmas Day, Batman, Mask of the Phantasm, the animated movie. So not only was it for the show, but it was also for promoting the Mask of the Phantasm, which, by the way, to this day, now we haven't seen the new Batman just yet, but Mask of the Phantasm was amazing. I love that movie. It's still one of the greatest Batman movies ever made. Now, for the Happy Meal toys themselves, there were 8 to collect. You had figures and little cars that had little action gimmicks, which you will soon see. They had lots of commercials here and there, and each of the bags all were multicolored, and you got a little plastic. You take the figure out. It was pretty dang cool. Plus, the Happy Meals had all the different artwork. Batman, I mean, they really went to town. This is gorgeous artwork all over the Happy Meal boxes. They don't do that kind of stuff anymore, right? But in either case, this is going to be a blast. Sit back, relax, grab yourself a nice hot cup of coffee. Make sure you get yourself a nice cheeseburger Happy Meal to go with it. This is a look at the 1993 Batman, the animated series, McDonald's Happy Meal line. And while I got all you Happy Meals here, I just want to say thanks so much for checking out my new Batman video. If you haven't already, please do consider subscribing. Old toys, new toys, daily news updates. Guarantee you'll find something here that you like. Now, let's go ahead and jump right into it with our first Happy Meal toy. Of course, we have Poison Ivy, a very colorful figure. The best part about these Batman toys was, 1, the sculpt, and 2, just the sheer attention to detail. They were doing stuff not even Kenner / we'll say later Hasbro could nail. These were great in terms of capturing the essence of the character designs for Batman the Animated Series. I mean, sure, Poison Ivy's stuck in a car, but you have a little Venus flytrap on the front that when you push her to and fro, it opens and closes. That was cool. It did something. It was very colorful, very toyetic, and it still is one of the coolest Poison Ivy toys to this day. Now, in terms of scalature, like I said, you have figures, right? So you'll see Batgirl in just a second. And then the cars were very small. So height-wise, no, they're definitely not going to match up. But with Batgirl here, she does look pretty dang good. And in terms of capturing Barbara Gordon Batgirl from the animated series, again, it's never really something they nailed with Kenner. You can see a giant screw hole on the back, of course. I mean, a lot of these are going to have that. But from the paint, to the sculpt, to the look, to the cape, she has a little bit of articulation, right? They'll kind of just go up and down in the arms, and you had a little twist at the waist, so that's something. But I always liked the look of Batgirl. Like when she first appeared, they kind of set her up, and into the animated series, she made her full debut in Shadow of the Bats. And ever since then, yeah, that version of the animated Batgirl has been classic, integral in what I think about when you do Batgirl. But of course, with every good hero, you definitely need a great villain. And with the Joker, well, you get the Joker in a Joker car. Of course, the Joker mobile. You can't have anything else besides that. A big old Joker face on the front. Very simplistic. Purples, yellows, greens. Every element of the Joker on the backside. You get a little J right there. That's awesome. Little details here and there. And the car kind of sort of appeared in the animated series in many ways. But you go ahead, you push the back of the seat right here, and it would pop out the Joker face. And that was pretty cool. It's like a huge battering ram, right? Screw hole on the bottom of the jaw. I'm amazed mine still works. You kind of have to push it in a few times, but yeah, it'll definitely stay. And you know, if you want to take down Batgirl or Batman, you simply just go up and boom, just knock her. It's actually a pretty strong battering ram, I gotta tell you, right there. But it was just a very cool toy. Lots of fun to kind of go up to somebody and pop them, right? And just go, hey, check this out. Boom. Not that I did that, of course, wink, wink. But yeah, it's a very awesome, very cool, very battering ramish Joker. And Catwoman is, again, no exception when it comes to the designs of Batman the Animated Series and being perfectly captured here. From the paint on the belt to the paint on the gloves and the boots and the face. Mine's taking a tumble here and there. If you notice the scratches on the nose, Batgirl has that as well. Same articulation as Batgirl, a little twist at the waist, nothing at the head. But yeah, it's a dang good looking version of Batman the Animated Series' Catwoman, and she did have an actual accessory. Now, there's not much to this. It's a simple yellow piece of plastic, but she did come with a rather large cat, and that's perfect for Catwoman to have, right? I mean, a few stolen jewels here and there, that would have been perfect, but this is pretty dang good, and it scales well, it looks good, and she'll go with the other figures, as you'll soon see. It's a great looking Catwoman. Definitely want to recommend if you're into the whole McDonald's toys, which brings us to Harvey Dent, of course, right? In his white car right there with red. Oh, wait, no, you know what? Hold on. It's actually, I'm sorry, Two-Face. This is our Two-Face car, and it's pretty well done. It's a neat idea. We'll say this. It's not like, wow, crazy, breaking all kinds of rules here, but yeah, it's really well done. You got the wheels that would flip-flop, and you turn the car around, and it goes from pristine white to all black and battered up and broken and everything else. And what better way to fit the many personalities of Two-Face? There's only two. We're not talking about the judge here. The two personalities, light and dark, good and evil. It's pretty cool. Very well done. Very interesting execution for a toy. And he rolls around and he does it well. And nice sculpt for Two-Face right there, even though who knows where his legs are in terms of where this toy works. But yeah, in either case, you flip them to and fro. It's just a dang good, dang fun version of the Two-Face action figure. And then you have the Riddler. Of course, I had to pick a toy line to talk about with this new movie, the Batman, Matt Reeves, coming up, and it had to include at least a couple characters, right? Nailed them all in one go. But the Riddler, man, oh man, what a great looking toy this was for back in the day. And again, looking at what Kenner had done. Now, Kenner, I'll give him this all day. They did a great version of the Riddler, but this guy was really spot on. Look at the angles. He had articulation in the waist, the arms, even the head on this guy. Beautifully painted. The one funny thing I'll tell you about this figure is that if you went to a thrift store, well, back in the day at least, you would see probably about 50 or 60 of these in some fashion, right? But the cool thing is that if you scale all the standing figures for this line, they all work together. I would say that in terms of scalature, they nailed it. And of course, with the colors and the look, Riddler is no exception. Boom! And the villains can't have all the fun with all the cars, right? So you definitely need a Robin to swing in and help save the day. And this version of Dick Grayson was always great. Lauren Lester, man, that's the voice of Robin to me. Well, at least the Dick Grayson version. But very cool to see. I mean, I couldn't tell you where his legs are, right? Who knows? But this one was cool because it's got a pull back mechanism on it. Instead of just pushing it around, this one actually did something, and it did it rather well. So you pull him back and let him rep, and yeah, he did like a wheelie. It's very cool. I always liked this figure, and it worked oh so well. Nice paint overall. Again, who knows where his legs have gotten to. A big old R on the front. I always thought, well, okay, he's got articulation, but I think it's just a matter of moving the head around. But yeah, very cool Robin, which brings us to the main star of this wave, of this line, the Batman. This was the coolest Batman to me. I'm amazed that he is in such a great shape after all these years. Many a times in the bathtub with this guy, I'll tell you, right? Taking him into the dirt, throwing him around. Yeah, he's very, very solid Batman, the animated series Batman. He had some articulation in the arms, the waist, and the head. So that was always very cool to see. Nothing in the knees or anything else. But if you're looking for this type size of Batman figure, well, I mean, he did a great job of capturing animated series, from punching Riddler in the face to, who knows, kissing Catwoman, right? Just like the animated series. Or to team up with Batgirl and, why are you guys kissing? Bruce Timm, you're sick, right? I wish you'd never had done that. But Batman and Robin, unfortunately, yeah, Robin is in that car vehicle mode, but yeah, I don't know. There's a little charm about all these figures and all the scalature, Batgirl, Batman, Catwoman, they all really went well together. I got to give it to him. Even the Riddler here. And what better way, again, just to kind of show off the upcoming movie. You got all the characters in this one, right? Well, you got the Penguin. Now, you can't technically use this Batman Returns Penguin for this line if you wanted to, because, well, the whole look is based off of the Tim Burton Penguin, so it does work in some cases. Yeah, throw Catwoman in the mix, and yeah, you pretty much have the entire ensemble cast of the new Matt Reeves' The Batman movie. Fingers crossed that movie is great, right?
The movie will be great. The movie will be great.
In terms of scaling with other lines, or maybe lines of the time, I mean, they're always going to be smaller. These are McDonald's toys. They are their own thing in and of itself. And to really look back from what McDonald's did, right, if anything, and now to look at the most recent, we'll say, McFarlane Batman figures, I mean, it's really cool to see how far they've come. No way are they going to scale with each other, but you get what I'm saying. So, very cool, very awesome, very rad throwback to the old McDonald's 93 Batman the Animated Series line. Highly recommend them. This is just a very fun line, one that is very endearing to me, brings back a lot of memories, and again, to be able to say, yeah, I threw these in a bag years ago. They've been in my collection ever since. They pop out here and there, but yeah, it's very fun to go back and look at what's come before. But as always, I am curious to know what you guys think about these Batman the Animated Series toys. Did you have them as a kid? Did you go and grab a Happy Meal? What's your favorite Happy Meal meal, right? Is it the chicken nuggets? I don't really eat that stuff anymore. But back in the day as a kid, yeah, you couldn't stop me. Like any kid, every kid deserves a Happy Meal once in a while. And, well, I would say every kid deserves toys like this. Sadly, it's not really the way of it anymore. But, hey, if you always wanted to go back, you can eBay Mercari it up at any time, any day. And I'm sure you can get these pretty easy peasy. But I'm going to leave you guys with that. As always, drink some great coffee, eat some great food, but most importantly, remember, I already got my ticket, so we'll say fingers crossed, and not to date this video, I'm really looking forward to the upcoming The Batman movie. And when we do, let me know what you found. I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.